All right, everyone. Welcome back to Meditation 101. This is the third class of three. And we're going to delve down into a little bit more meditation. Before we do that, though, I just wanted to say my name is Stephen. I'm a member at Tubten Norbuling, and I'm just a regular member. I don't consider myself an expert in meditation. I'm just here to guide you through some meditations and pass on some advice. That advice is for, well, both Buddhists and non-Buddhists. So don't feel that you have to be a Buddhist in order to sit in on this class. And I do want to thank all of the people who have sat in through YouTube. So thanks for coming and taking a look at this. Uh, I'd just like to say that there's many excellent meditation teachers, both regular teachers as well as very renowned and respected guest teachers that come to the center. And you can see them either in person or on YouTube. So I'd really encourage that if you have more interest in this topic. So what I'd like to begin with is a meditation. It's called Purification with Light Meditation. And this is a new form of meditation, at least new to this class, and it's called a visualization. And so let's just begin. It's very straightforward. So just relax and sit on a comfortable seat or cushion with your back straight. Focus your attention on your breathing and just breathe naturally. And if you like, use one of the breathing meditations that you've learned to settle your mind and bring it to a state of deeper focus and concentration, ready to engage in meditation. Can, if you like, begin just by scanning the body, beginning from the lowest point of the body, and just slowly and deliberately moving upward through the body, looking for areas of tension, discomfort, and relaxing the tension and breathing into the discomfort. Try here to relax the whole body and stabilize in stillness, minimizing any fidgeting or movements if you can. The body is stable and relaxed, but the back is energized, held upright in its natural curve. Shoulders back and down, and sternum raised in a posture of vigilance. these three qualities of body: stability, stillness, and vigilance, prompt the same three qualities in the mind. That is, calm, attentive, and stable. So, by establishing these three qualities of the body, physical qualities, we begin to prompt those three qualities to arise in the mind. When you feel that you've settled a little bit, the body is relaxed and the mind is calm, simply watch the breath passing through the nostrils and the sensations it causes there, not following the breath in or out, just noting the sensations at the nostrils. Maybe we've relaxed the body a bit and calmed the mind. The first step in a meditation session. Bringing our whole mental consciousness, or just mental state, to one of neutrality, neither positive nor negative, just calm, stable, and alert. Next, we set the motivation in this meditation session by creating an altruistic feeling. You can do that just by thinking you're meditating not just for your own individual benefit, but you're taking the time and making the effort to meditate and develop your mind with the goal of becoming a wiser and kinder person, and therefore able to benefit yourself, of course, and all those around you. See if you can fix the feeling of altruism, of benefiting others, without having to analyze it without making it too precise or too specific. Just see if you can capture that feeling and hold it in your mind for a moment or two. And now we'll begin the main body of the meditation. Again, this is purification with light meditation. Start by focusing your attention on your breath and just breathe normally and naturally, focusing on the complete duration of the inhalation or exhalation. That can sometimes be a little bit distracting. Focusing on the full cycle of the breath. So you can just imagine the inhalation bringing in fresh air, positive sensations, and the exhalation expelling stale air, negative sensations. Now, as you exhale, imagine that all your negative energy, past mistakes of the day or the week or the month, distorted conceptions and disturbed emotions leave your body with the breath. Visualize all this negative energy as black smoke. Send it out into space where it disappears completely. Visualize this repeatedly. As you breathe out these negativities again and again, feel confident that you are gradually freeing yourself from all traces of negativities, faults, sickness, or delusions. All of our worries, all of our burdens, all of our frustrations, just leave through the nose as black smoke. Make that visualization very clear in your mind. These negativities actually leave the body and then dissipate with no trace, freeing you of them. Now, as you inhale, imagine that all the positive energy in the universe enters your body with the breath in the form of pure, radiant white light. If you like, you can expel negative energy with the out breath, and then immediately with the in breath, bring in positive energy. Or if that's too much, just focus on one or the other. So, as you inhale, imagine that all the positive energy in the universe enters your body with the breath in the form of pure, radiant white light. Visualize this light flowing through your nostrils, down into your body, and into every part and corner of your body, pervading every cell, every atom, every organ. Your body gradually becomes clearer and clearer as you do this, lighter and lighter, more and more transparent. You feel more and more relaxed, light, and blissful. Try and make the image of positive energy flowing through the body, purifying the body, transforming it into pure light. Try and make that image, that transformation, as clear as possible in your mind. Continue to concentrate on this experience, breathing out the black smoke of your problems, illnesses, and negative energies, and breathing in the white light of purifying, blissful, good energy. When you are distracted by feelings or sensations, other input from the environment, thoughts or ruminations, just simply observe these distractions without reacting or getting involved. And imagine that those distractions transform as well into black smoke and then breathe them out into oblivion. That completes this meditation. And just linger for a moment with any kinds of positive sensations or feelings that you might have gotten from this meditation, fixing those in your mind, not analyzing, not discriminating or comparing or categorizing, just feeling. And then rejoicing in the work you did in this meditation session and dedicating that feeling to your continued development, in order to help yourself and others around you, or even any larger goal that you might want to keep in your mind. Well, I hope you enjoyed that meditation. I mentioned earlier, just before we started it, that it is a visualization meditation. And just to talk a little bit about the different types of meditation, these are very broad categories, and some people interpret them differently or see different meditations as part of different categories. So, again, a bit of recap, a little review. There's two primary meditation skills that we use throughout a session. One is mindfulness, where we focus, we dwell on a particular object of our choice. And once we are there, dwelling on it, we rest in non distraction. So we resist distraction. That is mindfulness. And the goal here is to have a certain stability, clarity, and intensity to the object that we've chosen, whether it's the breath, sensations in the body, whether it's a visualization, making it stable, clear, and intense. In this way, the attention directed by the quality or skill of mindfulness is likened to looking at a painting at night with a flashlight. Flashlight, of course, is the attention that's illuminating the painting. And the skill of mindfulness is the steady hand that holds that flashlight on the painting without any tremors or trembling or going off the painting. The light is clear, so we can clearly see that painting in the darkness that surrounds it. And it has a vividness. It's like the figures in the painting seem to pop out. They really almost take on life. The colors are very vibrant and so on. So that's kind of a metaphor for what we want to achieve once we place mindfulness. So once we use mindfulness to place the attention on an object. And then the second skill is introspection. This skill is in the background. It's cool, if you will, not intruding until necessary. So it's a background awareness, observing and monitoring whatever is going on in the mental continuum, in the mind stream. It's noticing the qualities, for example, those that I just mentioned, or whether we're even on the object. If we notice that our attention is, oh, starting to flag, maybe we're getting a little bit dull, the image is becoming murky, then introspection notices this, and we apply the antidotes to correct that problem, and also the opposing problem that we have in meditation, which is excitement, or we begin to get distracted, wanting to think about something else, maybe getting bored with the meditation. Again, introspection notices this, a kind of an elevation in the energy of the mind, but also a scattering or distraction. And then we apply the antidotes for that when we notice it beginning to manifest. They might be to, oh, lower the head a little bit, maybe close the eyes altogether if they're half open, maybe to take a quick break from our main meditation and begin a breath meditation, perhaps even focusing on the breath lower down in the body in order to reduce the excitement of the mind. Well, with those two skills, mindfulness and introspection, we've just had in the past two classes meditations that emphasize one, the other, or go in between them. So you can have mindfulness meditations where we emphasize the focus on the object of meditation, for example, counting the breath or watching the breath. And we can have introspection meditations where we emphasize the awareness of the meditation process or the qualities of our mental activity. In particular, the examples I gave, the quality of our mindfulness. And examples of those are the bare awareness meditation and meditation on the mind, like the sky, which we did last week. There are visualization meditations, some of which can get quite elaborate. And the example here is the one we just did, purification with light meditation, where we visualize negative thoughts and disturbing emotions as black smoke and expel those, and positive thoughts and helpful emotions as white light, which we bring in and suffuse through our body, transforming it not into a physical body, but in a way, a metaphysical body that is made up purely of light. Another category of meditations are analytical. And in general, it can mean thinking about an event, a situation, an interaction with someone or something, a relationship. It can even be understanding and learning an idea or concept, planning, remembering, fantasizing. So those are all gathered under the rubric of analytical meditations. Examples are transforming negative experiences into positive, which we'll try tonight. These categories aren't hard and fast, and neither are they exclusive. So meditations can fit into two or more categories. For example, transforming negative experiences into positive is primarily an analytical meditation, but there will be visualization components to it as well, where we visualize the interactions we've had. And then we think about them, we analyze them, and then we, in a way, we kind of rehearse how we wanted it to go, or it should have gone, or we wished it had gone, or how we hope it will go in the future. So that's an example of having both analytical and visualization components to a meditation. And these different types of meditations, well, they can be used one inside another. For example, if you found you got distracted trying to visualize pure light coming in and then black smoke coming out during the last meditation that we just did, you can, and your mind begins to get excited and distracted and carried off, you can just stop that and do a simple breath meditation or body scan. Again, just to settle the mind, strengthen the quality of mindfulness, and then return to your visualizations. So we'll just touch back on analytical meditation for a little bit. And it's a very broad category, thinking about an event, a situation, an interaction, even an extended relationship with someone. Or it can be trying to understand and learn an idea or concept. It can be trying to plan, to fantasize, to go through a chain of reasoning, anything really. And examples are, well, I'll give you three examples. The first is positive, the second might be negative, and the third could be neutral. So, a positive analytical meditation might be how grateful you are for something good someone did for you. So, in a way, that's training the quality of gratitude just by practicing it, feeling it, observing it, and looking at how it makes you feel, remembering it, and reinforcing that memory. A negative example can be rehashing an unpleasant situation that you experienced, just going over it again and again. Also reinforcing that experience, but not in a helpful way. And a neutral example of an analytical meditation might be trying to remember, oh, where did you leave your car keys? Eliminating all the, where did I go? Where didn't I go? Where was I most distracted? And so on. So we can say in general, from the Buddhist perspective, our aim is to become a better person, so more able to help oneself and others, to resist negative impulses and prevent negative actions, and to promote, potentiate positive impulses, which lead to positive actions, helping yourself and others. For example, this might mean becoming more generous, more tolerant, self-respecting, respecting others, energetic, calm, wise, grateful, compassionate, whatever you feel is important in your life. So, for this reason, Buddhists often use analytical meditations to address, that is, to understand and reduce the problematic qualities that we all have and develop the good qualities that we all have. That is really to transform our minds in order to help ourselves and others. So it comes down to the actions that we do. In particular, for meditation, the idea is when you place your mind in a state of calm, quiet relaxation, In that state, you can learn to become aware of what you're thinking, whether it's helpful or harmful to you and others around you. Then you can begin to discriminate between the different emotions and thoughts, habits, patterns that are part of your mental makeup. And also in that calm awareness, you're able to change what you think. You have a little bit of a distance. It's internal. So there aren't external stimuli, interactions with people, events, all that kinds of things coming up. So you have a calm awareness, and therefore you can change what you think by recognizing and curtailing harmful thoughts, using the quality of introspection to recognize those thoughts, and using mindfulness to remove the attention from those thoughts, taking the energy away from them and allowing them to shrivel up, dry up, and blow away like leaves in the autumn or black smoke being sent out and completely dissipating. And in the same way, in that calm awareness, you can also engage in and reinforce helpful thoughts by looking at them again and again, becoming more familiar with the reasons that argue for positive thoughts and behaviors, or just purely experience that you have, the good feelings that they generate. Familiarity with positive thoughts, helpful thoughts, results in an increased powerful power of mindfulness in them. That's a complicated, I guess I could say it a little bit more simply, is that if you become familiar with something just by experiencing it again and again, it's easier to maintain mindfulness of it and keep it in your mind, keep your attention on that. And so the idea is that if you change what you think in a consistent, focused, and directed way, over time, your habits of mind will change. And of course, first the change takes effort, but then, like anything, it becomes more natural with practice. So that is the point of analytical meditation. Again, just to summarize, we often use investigation and reason to become familiar with and develop good qualities, that is, to transform our thinking in order to help ourselves and others. And conversely, we can use analytical meditations through investigation and reason to identify and disempower negative patterns, habits, biases, and prejudices that in the past have been harmful to us and harmful to others. So, examples of analytical meditations are transforming negative experiences into positive. There's a meditation in the class handouts called the equanimity meditation, which teaches us to see all others, friends, enemies, strangers, at the same fundamental level as equal. There's analytical meditations, but the power of analysis power of investigation, is actually used within other types of meditation. An example is this. Well, suppose you're doing a breathing meditation and you're beginning to have difficulties. Something's going on and you can't seem to hold the breath. So you're counting the breaths, your concentration weakens, lost. What's going on? And so the fact that mindfulness is now off of the breath is noticed by introspection. You can call that vigilance as well, if you will, to kind of go back to our physical analog of that, the posture in meditation with a raised sternum and an energized back. That loss of attention is noticed by introspection. And then we do a quick analysis. Eventually, we get pretty good at figuring out what's going on, but we analyze what's happening. Is my mind becoming dull and sinking? Is it becoming lax and kind of murky? Well, that's a lowering of mental energy, and there's certain antidotes that we can use to fix that. Or is my mind becoming excited? It's easily distracted. It can't stay on the object, but instead wants to think about something else, is feeling bored and restless. That's an increase in mental energy. We can analyze that and then decide which, in our case, in this particular instance, is the best antidote to use. So that's an example of using analysis within a mindfulness meditation. Well, let's just go ahead and try an analytical meditation. This one is called Transforming Negative Experiences into Positive, and it's handout number 8. So I'll say a few words about it. And then as I'm describing it to you and preparing you for it, you can, again, settle back into a meditative posture. By now, you've done this many times in this class and maybe many more times outside of it. So I'll just let you go ahead and do that. But again, and at a very abstract level, we want to be relaxed, still, and vigilant in the body, calm, stable, and attentive in the mind. So, transforming negative experiences into positive. We have many habitual patterns embedded in our thinking and in our behavior. Automatic zombie-like behavior almost. The cues come up and then we engage in them like an automaton. It's not always good. Sometimes it's what we need to save our mental energy. But we have to look at these patterns and behaviors and ensure that we're using the right pattern, the right behavior in the right situation. Here in this meditation, we'll replay our day's actions in this meditation session, choosing a negative habit pattern that we have and transforming that negative pattern from negative to positive in our imagination. Then we can gradually change our thinking and behavior. So we look at that negative pattern and recognize what it is and really focus on its disadvantage to us and to others. We think of a way that we can improve it, modify it, alter it, and how that will be beneficial. So we visualize or we just rehearse how we might deal with a particular situation or similar situation in the future. So by doing this, that is gradually changing our thinking and behavior, we can become happier individuals, we hope. We keep working on it and bring greater happiness and well being to others through our interactions. And if we can engage in this practice frequently, maybe every time we fall into negative behavior, replaying what we have done and reliving it in the most positive way that we can imagine, we'll gradually dismantle our negative patterns and replace them with new positive ways of thinking and behaving. And it's recommended that this is a good meditation to practice in the evening at the end of the day when we've accumulated a lot of fodder to meditate on. So you will have hopefully settled, relaxed your body, and calmed your mind. And think of a motivation for this. Because in this particular tradition and style of meditation, we always have a goal, a motivation, driver behind what we're doing. So try to generate the strong intention to do this meditation in order to train your mind to experience difficulties with a calm, clear, and gentle approach. Why would you do this even? Well, for your own benefit, naturally, and also the benefit of everyone you might interact with. So spend a few moments thinking about your day and the experiences that you have had during the day. Focus especially on difficult situations that may have arisen, situations in which you may have become impatient, lost your temper, seen others as problems or enemies, perhaps even lashed out at others verbally. So see if there's something you can pick from your day, from the week. You can be judicious, maybe not choose the most stressful, the most agitating experience, the one that you feel that in your present state of calmness, relaxation, stability, that you can easily handle. And now, remembering that the situation is over and that you are simply experiencing memories now of something that is gone, completely disintegrated, and is now in the past, bring that difficult situation to mind, remembering what happened from beginning to end. See if you can use the power of introspection to watch and observe your mind and your behavior as you replay the situation. Use all of the techniques and abilities of both mindfulness and introspection to disidentify from this particular experience. That is, to be able to watch it, observe it, just as a mental experience, a memory. And the quality of mindfulness, just remembering these instructions and not getting carried away with the power of that experience. Now, think about the disadvantages and harmful nature of the negative responses that took place during that situation. Think about how you felt while being impatient and angry. So bring the sensations of anger, impatience, frustration, bring those up to the extent that you can feel them without allowing them to take over. So, did you feel happy, comfortable, at peace, at ease, connected with others when you had those feelings of anger, frustration, impatience? And with the feeling of anger, impatience, frustration, what did those feelings cause you to do? They lead you to angry words and actions. And then, after having done those actions and said those words, how did you feel? What effect did they have on you and those around you? Did your behaviors make the situation any easier? Did angry behavior bring the situation to a positive solution? Or did it cause an escalation? What kind of effect did it have on the others? Include yourself. How did you feel after that situation? How did others react? Now, think about how you might have handled the situation differently. This is up to you, whatever your imagination can provide. But think about handling the situation with a calm, balanced, and open attitude. No anger, impatience, or resentment. Those powerful emotions of anger, impatience, resentment, they're very controlling of us and constraining of our behavior, distorting of our mind and reason. So put those aside and think about how your and others' experience of the situation might have been completely different with a calm, balanced, and open attitude. So, for me, anyways, certain lightness and sense of relief comes, and beginning to reframe the situation, reimagine it. And if you can, generate a strong feeling of how extraordinary it would be to be able to manage difficult situations just like the one you chose with a calm and peaceful mind, uncontrolled by anger and agitation. Now, replay the entire situation in your mind from beginning to end, imagining it completely differently. Give yourself a bit of freedom here, some artistic license. Relive the situation and imagine yourself reacting perfectly with warmth and openness with other people, with calm and balance, and without any hint of anger or agitation. Imagine how the situation might have played itself out in this totally different way. Now, how do you feel about yourself at the end of this imagined interchange? Pleased or disappointed? What kind of experience do others have in your revisualization of this situation, positive or negative? So make a strong determination that the next time you encounter difficulties, that try your patience, you will take a breath and a step back, and will try to respond with openness and patience as we've rehearsed in this session, in this meditation. That is, keeping your mind under control and out of the control of anger. Instead, promoting the qualities of a calm and balanced and open attitude. as we practice in each and every of our meditations. In addition, make a strong determination that each time you find yourself responding with impatience, agitation, and anger in the future, you can use the resource of practicing this particular meditation. Of course, feel free to modify it in the way that works best for you. But using it to recognize, appreciate, and gradually overcome these negative response patterns, and instead train the mind to respond with kindness, balance, and patience. So, dedicate any positive energy, any personal insights or realizations, any rejoicing, and having done this hard work, dedicate all of that positive energy and insights to the well being and happiness of yourself and those around you. That was the transforming negative experiences into positive meditation. I think I'll take a moment now. This is the last of our three classes, just to go over some obstacles that we encounter, either getting onto the meditation cushion or within meditation itself, and some potential antidotes for you to consider. Well, of course, one of the biggest obstacles is laziness. That's simply not getting on the cushion, and we've all experienced this. But to make it more tractable, it's actually divided into three types of laziness. Just simply not doing the meditations. That's sort of the couch potato laziness. Or doing so many other things, there's no time to meditate. Oh, I have to get my list done before I can possibly meditate. That's another form of laziness, interestingly. Or even telling yourself that you're not able to meditate. Those three in this particular tradition are considered forms of laziness. So, some of the things you can do to tackle this is to prepare your meditation session ahead of time. So, you might have in mind what meditation you want to do. You begin to anticipate it. You can have everything prepared, a spot in your room that's all ready to go. All you have to do is just walk over and sit down on the cushion. So that's ideal, making it very easy to begin your meditation session. And then, I don't know if this is the best way to say it, but being a little bit of a punk about it and just saying, I don't care what other stuff I have on my to-do list. I'm just going to sit and meditate. Or you could use the cues that we talked about last week in creating a habit and recognizing those cues and being aware of them. Maybe you're having a horrible day, you're feeling all agitated, and then that you kind of cultivate as a cue to want to get on the seat in order to experience relief because you've experienced that in the past and you've remembered that experience and you've begun to build a habit. Another way is just to work meditation into an existing routine. So if you have a routine of having a cup of tea in the morning, you can always say, I'll meditate for 15 minutes or 5 minutes even before then. And then you will be building one habit on top of another and also providing yourself with reward when you've completed your meditation. That's just an example. There's probably infinite things that people could think of. Another thing you can do, and this is outside of meditation, is just to occasionally work to develop and strengthen your enthusiasm to meditate by remembering the benefits and visualizing the positive outcomes of meditation. So just take a short time to just recollect positive meditation experience. Maybe look back over a period of practice to see how things might have changed positively and remember those. Or visualize outcomes in the future where maybe I'm just a tiny bit less scattered, a little bit more attentive, a little bit more calm and relaxed in a difficult situation. In this style of meditation, in this tradition, it's a form of faith, but it's not blind faith. And so we break it down into 3 steps where we develop something called clarifying faith. That's where we do just what I said, where we do a little bit of research, attend some meditations that we enjoy and feel are beneficial to us. Maybe read a little bit about meditations or listen to podcasts on meditation and just get a real sense of what it is and how it works for us. So that is called clarifying faith, where we clarify the positive qualities and benefits, the nature of meditation. So we can be sure about it. It's not just something we've heard. It's not just on one of those lists that you get in your email or that you see when you're scrolling on your phone that maybe item number 5 says meditate more. Well, here we're making it deeper. We're actually creating a foundation, a real foundation of our understanding of meditation. So that's the faith through clarifying. It's not based on some wish or hope or anything. Now that we've clarified what meditation is and the benefits it may have for us, we then work on the faith of conviction. And that's where, through our own experience and observations, our own study, that we can see, and our own self-knowledge as well, that we can see if I engage in this practice on a regular basis, even starting small, as I say, maybe 5 minutes a day, I think I could do this. I don't think it's impossible. I understand that I don't have to sit for 90 minutes completely without thought. I just have to get on the cushion and maybe breathe a little. I can do this. So that is what the faith of conviction is. Again, it's based in reality, it's rooted in our own experience and investigation. And then finally, there's the faith, there's aspirational faith. And again, it's not a blind faith, but it's the faith that says, I know what this practice can do. I know I can do it if I put in the time and effort. I want to have the benefits. I've experienced maybe just an inkling of the benefits in my practice already. But I've also met people that I really admire that seem to be just so cool. They're like as stable as a mountain, able to keep their balance in any situation. I know they're meditators. I want to be like them. So that's the aspirational faith. So that's a way of dealing, in fact, with all of these three different types of laziness. Again, just not doing meditation, doing so many other things, there's no time to meditate, or telling yourself that you're not able to meditate. There's a number of other techniques to use as well. And it seems like most of the antidotes are targeted towards laziness. It's a challenge to get over that, begin to develop a habit and make meditation part of your life. So don't beat yourself up if, you find that you started for a few days and then just keep trying. So now we'll talk about the two major obstacles that occur within meditation itself. And I've touched on these before. The first is excitement, that is, forgetfulness, distraction from the object, a feeling of boredom or mental energy or discursion that's difficult to control. So you just can't keep your attention on, say, the breath, always distracted. Well, you can use your power of introspection to become aware that you've forgotten that object. This is just a simple basic instruction. And if it helps, you can label that distraction as a thought, a sensation, remembering, planning, fantasizing, whatever, in a way to distance yourself from it. And then, as always, in the basic instruction, we gently but firmly bring the attention back to the meditation object in the same way that you grasp a child's hand when crossing a busy intersection. So gently but firmly. If your mind is excited, you can focus firmly on the breath to calm the mind. Suppose you're doing a visualization meditation, one of the more challenging introspection meditations that we did. You can always switch to a breathing meditation if it's too difficult to settle your mind on the main meditation. And in a similar vein, you can try and see these distractions like the clouds in the sky of the mind, like the meditation we did last week, or the fish that are swimming through the clear ocean-like mind. That's another one. If you're more of an aquatic person, you can do that one. Again, it lets us kind of put aside those powerful thoughts. We spent all our lives wrapped up in the thought, never stepping back and looking to see what's outside of that thought. Where do they live? You can see a distraction as an opportunity. So, an opportunity to observe the nature of thought, to heighten your introspection, to practice applying the antidotes. Sometimes you need to just set a meditation aside. And this is more of a classical Buddhist strategy, but you engage in a short reflection on a serious subject, such as our inevitable death, impermanence of all phenomena, or the suffering of ourselves and others. These meditations can be used to strengthen our determination to gain control over our mind. You can return to the physical basis of meditation, the body, and just check your physical posture. Maybe your head is being held too high, you're holding tension in your body, your eyes are too open, your breathing is getting too rapid. So address those and see if those help your excitement. Also, you can control your external environment, reducing the amount of light in the room, maybe drawing the curtains or the blinds. But above all, and in particular when it comes to mental excitement, agitation, too much energy, just try and be patient and easy with yourself, because that seems to follow very quickly a sense of frustration, that is. So try not to get annoyed or agitated in the face of difficulties, in lessening your mental wandering and distraction. Now, the second obstacle in meditation is laxity or dullness. It's a sense of sinking, kind of a murkiness of the object. Again, check your physical posture. The head may be dropping too far forward in this case. The spine may not be straight. And you can open your eyes either halfway or fully, maybe to bring in a little bit more light. If you open your eyes fully, choose a neutral background, one without too much interest. You can raise the amount of light in the room or open a window because bright light and fresh air can help counteract sleepiness. You can even fill your mind with a bright and open image, like the sun in a clear blue sky, or maybe an image of a body of light, like we just did in this evening's session. You can reflect on something joyful, such as the good fortune of your life and the rich opportunity that you possess to work on your mind through meditation. So that really is just taking a little break and bringing some lightness and energy into the mind. That's taking a break by switching the meditation. If you can't seem to conquer drowsiness, take a break, an actual break from meditation. You could splash some cold water on your face or step outside for some fresh air, or even do a bit of exercise, maybe some yoga asanas. And yeah, be sure to get enough sleep. Maybe the reason you're sleepy is that you need sleep. And so that's something to think about. Well, that's just a very quick rundown on the basic obstacles that we all encounter in meditation, some sessions more or less. But again, the obstacle of laziness, the obstacle of mental excitement, and the obstacle of mental laxity, and how to deal with those. Many other techniques as well. Again, at the center, there are truly excellent meditation teachers, Dharma teachers. Drop by sometime and visit or check out some of them on YouTube. Now we'll just end up with a final meditation. It's called the Body of Light meditation. So sit comfortably with your back straight, energized, I like to say, rather than straining or uncomfortably straight. And breathe naturally, not trying to manage the breath at all. And use one of the breathing meditations we've already looked at to settle the mind into the moment and into a more concentrated state. When your mind is calm and clear, create an altruistic motivation for the meditation session. Just whatever works for you. You could even picture a being. Now visualize in the space above your head a sphere of white light, pure, transparent, and formless, somewhat smaller than the size of your head. Don't worry if it doesn't appear sharply. It's just enough to feel that it's there. As well as visualizing that sphere, maybe you can imagine that you're able to feel it through the nerves in your scalp, feel the energy or warmth of that sphere of white light. Don't worry if it doesn't appear sharply. Again, just it's enough to feel it's there. But use the power of mindfulness to see if you can stabilize that image. Making the image as clear, as stable and as intense as you can. Now we contemplate, that is, analyze, that the sphere of light represents all universal goodness, love, and wisdom. In fact, the fulfillment of your own highest potential. So think about those qualities, how they might appear to you, and how they are imbued in that object. Now visualize that the sphere decreases in size until it is a small, bright sphere, even brighter, about 1 inch in diameter. This small ball of pure white light descends through the top of your head to your heart center. See if you can maintain the stability of its visual characteristics, how it looks, but also its qualities of universal goodness, love, and wisdom. So, this small ball of pure white light descends through the top of your head to your heart center. From there, it begins to expand once more, slowly spreading to fill your entire body. As it does, all the solid parts of your body dissolve and become light. Your organs, bones, blood vessels, tissue, and skin all become pure, formless, white light, imbued with the qualities of universal goodness, love, and wisdom. Now that we imagine our body has been transformed into light with these positive qualities, see if you can stabilize on that feeling. Any distractions that come, thoughts or sensations, let those dissolve into the light that imbues our body, that makes up our body. So, concentrating on this experience of the body as a body of light, think that all problems, negativities, and hindrances have completely vanished, and that you have reached a state of wholeness and perfection. All of the delusions and afflictions gone, all of the perfect qualities fully developed. Feel serene and joyful, blissful, if you will. If any thought or distracting object should appear in your mind, let it also dissolve into white light. And finally, we dedicate the positive energy that we've developed in this meditation and in the whole session we had tonight. We dedicate that, any insights, any rejoicing that we might have in having gained those insights. We dedicate those to the well being and happiness of all living beings. In the traditional way, we might say it in this manner: for as long as space endures and sentient beings abide, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Thank you.